Throughout the rest of this course, I'm going to be using a couple of terms that it's good to understand at this point. The terms are block level and inline. Some tags are block level tags, and other tags are inline tags or inline elements. So open your examples folder and your text folder within that, and bring up the file called block-inline.html in your text editor. Here you see some paragraphs. They have an open p tag and a closed p tag, and they have text in them. Some of them have other elements inside them. This one here even has an image in it. Go ahead and open this document in your web browser and take a look at what it looks like. I'll use Internet Explorer this time. And there you have 3 paragraphs, just like we saw in the source document. And they have things in them, even an image. Now, take a look at this file again in your text editor, and notice first this first paragraph. It says, the p tag is block level. It contains text. Other block level elements include div, center, and h1, etc. Now, what block level means is that you can't expect to put one paragraph side by side next to another one. Inline is like words and images and things like that, and they flow within a paragraph, within a block of text. Block level things don't flow like that. They take up blocks of space on the browser's display area, like this paragraph here and this paragraph here. They're blocks. Characters inside, the text inside, the image inside, those are inline. They flow within the text. The p tag is special in that it can only contain inline elements. It is not allowed to contain other block elements. Other block level elements, like div and center, are allowed to contain other block level elements. Some of them are only allowed to contain other block level elements. Each of these things are defined specifically within the specification, and if you'd like to see a good reference, there's one included in the Creative HTML Design book that I wrote with my sister Linda, and I believe you can still get that in the stores, at least at the time of this writing. Otherwise, you can go to the w3.org website and take a look at the specification for HTML, or for XHTML rather, although that's a little bit more technical, and a good reference like the one that I put in that book is a little easier to use. It's important to know as you're writing the code, and I'll cover as we go through the different lessons, I'll explain with each element whether it's block level or inline, especially if it's not obvious. It's interesting to note that images are inline, and we don't always think of them that way because we often see them standing by themselves on a web page. But when they stand by themselves on a web page, they're usually enclosed within a separate block, which is how they're made to stand by themselves, like within a table cell or within a center element or something like that. So the images themselves, though, as you look at it on this web page, they flow nicely within a paragraph because there's an image that's small enough to do so. And it just flows very nicely within the paragraph, and that's because it's an inline element. Also notice in this paragraph, the EM markup for emphasize is inline. And in this browser, that's represented by italics. And so that's an inline element, and that's how inline elements are used. So that's block level and inline elements, and that'll be useful information throughout the rest of this course.